That looks crooked. No, that's just the way it's going to be. Okay. Hi, you guys. How are you? It is Aloha Friday. Thank you so much for coming out today with these new moon Leo wishes. I wasn't expecting to go live with this new moon, but we had some changes in our schedule, and I thought it best to just hop on and do what we could do with this new moon in Leo. My original thoughts with the new moon in Leo was going to be looking at our sun signs and then how we could integrate that into new moon wishes for the USA. However, the more I've been sitting with this today, we really need to address the heart, because the heart has been taking a beating here, okay? So that's kind of where we're going to go today. But we are still going to do new moon Leo wishes. For those of you catching this on the replay, if you tune in, you will be able to feel the stream of these wishes and intentions that we put out there together, and you can just hop on and use that energy to keep expanding it. So Mercury is retrograde right now. A lot of this stuff with Leo, we don't really want those things going into motion until after this retrograde is over, which takes us into August. And that is also, as we go from Leo to Virgo, is eclipse season. And we know that this eclipse season is going to be difficult. So we're kind of pre-paving, settling our heart health, and kind of just planning as we go forward, okay? Let me say hello to you guys. How are you? Hi, Caroline. I'm glad you're here. Jess Joy, hello Forest Dwellers, and Charlie C. Sage. Hi. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Karen Louise. An answer to our prayers. It's South Park. Oh my gosh, did you guys see that episode? I just cannot believe. I just can't believe they got away with that. Hi, ZQ. Help us understand. Okay. Jules, understand what specifically? Hi, Zane. Hi, Glenn Johnson. Antoinette's granddaughter, and Paisley, and Peg, and Beverly. Thanks for doing this. Much appreciated. You're so welcome. Zane says that this Mercury retrograde has him out of sorts, feeling quite dysregulated and emotionally fried. Oh my gosh. I think a lot of us are, and that is the reason why we are I'm going to go towards like maybe Chinese medicine a little bit so that we can get our bearings where we are with our heart, okay? Because this is such a bad time for it to be rattled and then heading into eclipse season. Oh, Leela is here. She's not missing it. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad this happened. Nancy Rudy, I haven't watched TV in about 3 years. Oh my goodness. Nancy, if there's ever a time you're on YouTube and you get a chance to see yesterday's episode, it was episode 1 for season 27. It was unbelievable. I'm sure you could probably see a lot of clips on YouTube. And are you on your socials? It is just unbelievable the route they went and how denigrating for Don Julio. Jules, what is happening and what's coming? Well, we're in the middle of the garbage. You know, it's like we want to rip this Band-Aid off. At the same time, it packs a punch and it's difficult. And next month is going to be hard. And we really have to, no matter what's going on, have a peaceful heart. Okay? Hi, Marie. It's okay. Karen, the unraveling is happening. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's happening. I mean, we might not be seeing it here, but even internationally, people are starting to resign because of their associations with Jeffrey. It's really kind of unbelievable. So I want you guys, put your hands on your heart, okay? Let's just kind of get in the centered position of our heart. You know, our heart, the sun symbolizes the heart. It's that thing that gives radiance and warmth and life for life to grow and flourish. Your arms are like an extension of your heart into your hands. Just as, you know, how far does the sunlight emanate throughout our universe? It emanates light years. Sorry. Okay. So our heart, I know a lot of people are feeling dejected and defeated. We have to protect our hearts. Our heart, the sun, is an outward expression of you. It's where we feel love, where we express our creativity and our life force. It represents children. It is your alive spirit that we can see in shiny eyes and radiant skin and joy. Your heart is where we experience love, but it's also where we can experience the sense of being an individual, and at the same time, this sense of union. That is the power of the heart. And when we think about union, we need that for our nation. And talk about conquer and divide. We are living it divided, which makes it easier for some outside force to conquer us, okay? So we need to remember that union and individuality reside within our heart, and being able to experience both of those is the power of the heart, but it's also there as an unconditional loving force to radiate that outwards. And so, you know what, just 1 second. Hi there, come on in. I know, you need to sit. You need to sit. We're not going to go play. Okay, so my golden is here, and she wants some love. She was whining outside my door. Okay, and so the heart, disturbances to the heart come through shock and sorrow. We have a sense of continuity of our consciousness through our heart. And it's when we have those breaks with reality where we feel disconnected, that happens at the heart level. And when you have these breaks and these disconnections, this is where your life force, it's like it will wander and roam because it's not connected with the heart. Can you guys feel this? Can you feel this heart information? Okay, it's feeling good and optimistic about a lot of things. Yeah, it is out there. It is absolutely out there. He's getting booed in Scotland. Yes, exactly, in all directions. Okay. So what I wanted to do is if we could just start with writing down our new moon wishes and intentions, just based on this part so far with the heart. You know, our hearts are the ruler for a reason. It's all-knowing, ever-present, loves and shares unconditionally for the whole. And so when we think about the sun as well, in a chart, I've said that's the sign of the leader. And it's also intending to feel that union with the leader that you want, okay? So let's just start with the heart. So what we do, So what we do, new moon intentions, that is when the moon is conjunct the sun. The farmers knew it, that when you planted your seeds at the new moon, it would generate the most abundant crops. That is where they could leverage the weather and the cosmos, so to speak, to aid their crops. And that basically, the Farmer's Almanac is based on the planets and lunations and where the moon is in a given sign. In fact, they've figured out like what days are best for planting this specifically, or harvesting something, or like even getting your hair cut. This is something that's been around for thousands of years. So we write our intentions down because it's taking thought to pen. As above, so below. This is our most powerful point of focus individually and together, to focus on something that we want. Now, like I said, use whatever words you want to use. I just use the words I want because it's simple and it works for me. Okay? So let's just start with this I want part with the heart. Okay? So I want, can you guys see this? A peaceful, protected heart. When I'm feeling anxiety, because that's the disconnect of the consciousness of your heart with your reality. That's that glitch. So when I'm feeling anxious, I want to remember to notice my heart and take deep breaths and come back to center. And feel the warmth of my heart, inside out. Okay? We want a peaceful, protected heart when we're feeling anxious or shocked. I want to remember to notice my heart and to take deep breaths and come back to center and feel the warmth of my heart from the inside out. A protected heart. Saying, so glad to hear about the importance of the sun and vitality in our life force. Yes. I need this reminder to nurture the heart. Challenging Saturn conjunction to my Taurus sun in 2 years. Yeah, that's really going to force you to slow down no matter what. Okay? So, I want to be free of shocking events to the heart. I want to be able to metabolize information at my own pace and to feel good in my warmth anyway. That's the most important job for me. Okay? I want to be free of shocking events to the heart. Shock, sorrowful events to the heart. I want to be able to metabolize information at my own pace and to feel good in my warmth anyway. I want to remember that's the most important job for me. Okay. Oh, I like that. I want others to realize their own unconditional love than trying to commandeer mine. Yes. I like that, Paisley. Okay. I want to maintain a strong continuity with my conscious experience and reality. I want to protect spirit, to remain at home in the heart. Oh my gosh. You guys, is your heart warming up? I can totally feel the center of my heart just so warm, so radiant. It's like a spring of warmth and blood. Oh my goodness. I want my spirit to remain at home in the heart. I want to feel safe and protected and clear-minded no matter what comes my way. Okay, can we just kind of ground ourselves too? I know we just have our hands in our heart. You know, if you can just feel your space, feel the warmth of your heart, and you just have that white light just coming down and bathing all through you, through your head, top of your head, through your neck and your chest. Hi, heart. Through your torso, your hips relax, your legs, to your ankles and your feet, and focus on your feet. All of that white light coming down, and through your feet, you're just releasing anything that's not white. Okay, that's all the toxicity. You're just going to release through your feet. And so if we could just collectively, this feels so nice, you guys. Are you feeling this? Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, Paisley, I have Sunstone Wand with carnelian chip and clear quartz point encased in a wireframe. I love that. I love that. There's so many great heart-centered stones. I did not know that golden topaz or citrine for Scorpio is good for the heart as well as tiger's eye. Okay. So we want that. Okay. I want to be mindful that, like the sun, my heart is ever present, all knowing, because the heart knows your unique life force and what is good for it. So it's all knowing. And that unconditional love flows to, through, within me, and connects with the world. The union of me. Okay? I want to know the power of my heart. Okay? So I want to be mindful that, like the sun, my heart is ever present and all knowing, knows me better than anything, anyone else, and what I need. And that unconditional love flows to, through, within me and connects with the world. That I can feel that union within and outside of me, as well as the sacredness of my individuality. I want to know the power of my heart. Oh, Karen, I like that. I want to be receptive to those who are just now waking up without sarcasm. I love that. So this goes back to union. Experiencing union. Let's go there, okay? You know, your heart, it propels blood and it enfolds the spirit. It has a unique connection with the small intestine, which is ruled by Virgo. We'll get to that. Actually, I'm just going to say it right now before I forget. So the small intestine, you know, Virgo comes after Leo. And Virgo is a purifier. The small intestine is a purifier. It nourishes the blood. The heart pumps the blood. The blood is like a messenger. It reaches every single cell. Well, your small intestine filters out toxicity. It protects you in that regard. So as you have a strong heart, I want a strong small intestine. What did that? Someone called that intestinal fortitude. So this is Virgo, and so ahead of the eclipses, during Mercury retrograde, I want insight in how best to care for my intestinal and heart health, and have extraordinary hydration and fresh juices and fresh food and juices. So we want that intestinal fortitude as well, because as the energy moves up through the body, that is also fueling the heart. I mean, it's literally getting rid of the yuck that we don't need, okay? Because when you think about it, food is something obviously outside, the outside world, that we take into our bodies, and the small intestine is sifting through the outside world and what works for your body and gives that message to the heart, okay? There's a big connection there with inflammation and your immune system. So there are some amino acids, I think of that one, that really serve to feed the small intestine. I cannot even think of it. But again, the heart, needs to be fueled by minerals and protein. So you want to have good proteins that are not fatty, but easy on the heart, okay? I want an excellent heart-centered diet effortlessly. It is just so easy. And Mercury retrograde is just going to show us new ways to take care of that. So I want an excellent heart-centered diet effortlessly. To just do it. But, universe, catch my attention so I know what to pay attention to. Okay, so let's get back to union. Union. It's like, when you think about back in the day, they used to say the word union so much, but it's become kind of taboo. So union. Okay, and last month I was talking about the new moon in Cancer. Because Jupiter is in Cancer, you can heal where you've come from, your relationships with your mother and and aunties, all the women, because it's also the mother-child relationship. I don't mean to exclude the men, but it's the women, the girls are born with a full set of eggs in their ovaries. So at one point, part of the granddaughters were in their grandmother when she was in the womb, when she was born. No, it's daughters, I'm sorry. But that's like the generational pain and trauma kind of gets stuck like that, okay? So what I was saying last time is that you could use this Jupiter in Cancer to heal your past, where we've come from. And so I feel like that's where Jupiter in Cancer is taking us and feeding Leo, the heart, the union, okay? So I want to have more experiences of a full heart unified with USA citizens everywhere. I so deeply want to enjoy the spontaneity of love and fun and trust and union with one another. I want a leader of our union who inspires us together, adores our potential, our background, our big, wonderful families, and bathes the union with unconditional love. That's the leader that I want. And I want that leader. I want a leader with a heart-centered cabinet that's smart and can deliver a sense of freedom and justice for all. Okay, I'm going to shut my door. Okay, union. So we want union in our heart. So, and don't get disappointed if it doesn't work right away. We have to practice. I want to practice the sense of union daily and get better and better. And just because if someone doesn't reflect it back to you, you've put it out there. You have made that bridge that is open, that maybe that person like goes home and thinks about, oh, wait, what was that? So that bridge is out there for them to energetically linked to. So even don't be brokenhearted if you're not seeing results right away. We're practicing this, and we are just putting it out there for others to capture it. And it's the energy of union. Now, don't do it until you're exhausted, because that's hard on the heart. It's when you're in those quiet spaces, those meditative spaces where you're all protected and you can feel that warmth radiating from you to everyone, to all of our citizens everywhere. Okay? So what is all this? I want a leader of a union who inspires us together, adores our potential, our backgrounds, and our big, wonderful family, and bathes the nation in unconditional love. And I want that leader to have a cabinet that is heart-centered and can deliver freedom and justice for all. Oh, what's that? Something about sex, you guys? Okay. I want peaceful heart connections with others. It's okay, I'm afraid not. I want people to rise up and prevent the tech bros from shaping things into their new world order. That is very much a Pluto and Aquarius thing. I want the scales to fall. I want the scales to fall from people's eyes. I want a massive awakening of server hearts filled with empathy, compassion, and knowing that our differences are our strength. Exactly, Peg. I'm afraid not. I want AI to advance to the point where it deprograms itself. I know, we had that leader, and big money decided otherwise. Big money and recipients of them. Okay. Yeah, this eventually we'll be able to get that money out, but it is here for a while. Oh, there's my ring. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about those videos I did this week? I love my yes/no pendulum. It's my mom's ring. It's just I love it so much. So that was fun. Hi, Marby. Okay. So just a note, as the sun creates warmth and light for creation and for life to flourish, the heart suffuses and permeates the body with consciousness, your senses, sensations, and your feelings. That is all the heart. So if you're feeling disconnected in those areas, those are the things we want to address so that you're feeling continuity in your day, within you, and with your world, and that there aren't any gaps where you're kind of falling away. You know, you're just trying to figure out how to be connected with things. That's the spirit wandering. We want to bring it back to center. I'm afraid not. Since I saw you using your mom's ring for a pendulum, I started using my great-grandmother's ring. Isn't it awesome? I love it. Oh, Paisley uses her grandmother's amethyst ring on a rhinestone tennis bracelet. Wow, that sounds fancy. Okay, so let's talk about, we talked about Leo as a ruler. I had made my cheat sheet, my notes for all the signs. I think I'm just going to try to say one sentence that if it's your sun sign or your rising sign, to take that idea, because you are going to have the leverage to intend and wish that for us collectively more so than anyone else. So every sun sign is going to have like a special power. And I hope I can recapture this. Where's my glasses? Okay. Oh, it brings in the strength of women who came before. Exactly. That's so beautiful. I love it. Okay, so I guess we'll just start with Aries. So this Leo new moon is in your area of romance, children, pregnancy, and a great time for planning these things because Jupiter's going to be in Leo next year. So this also relates on a larger level then with the U.S. chart, planning and resources, creative resources for family and children. And in the USA chart, it's at the foundation of our chart. So Aries, focusing on, bravery and courage for families in our foundation, okay? Taurus, home, family, new chapter in, so you're going to have a new chapter in your living quarters, perhaps. You might even have to care for parents. So for U.S., dealing with living conditions and care of parents, and the defense of our values, how we sustain each other, how we feed each other. It has to do with our sustenance, and it has to do with the qualities and values of a leader, okay? There's a lot of overlap here, you guys, but this is kind of where I was feeling it out. Gemini, you get Venus in your sign right now, so you've got a lot of charisma, so you can refresh your appearance and do all those fun little things. Your new moon Leo is in that third house of travel. And the USA chart, that has to do with partnerships, like with our military, that feed business. So I don't know how to creatively work that because you also have Uranus there. So you're able to really be innovative in your ideas on kind of like day-to-day stuff and how maybe our military can be more charismatic with we the people. I don't know. Okay. But you got the goods. You got the money and the comfort. And maybe feeling comfortable and peaceful with our military. So Cancer, USA is a Cancer sign. Oh my gosh. It's just, this new moon is in your second house of income. So, and to have Jupiter there, if you want a month, new moon in Leo, to really raise your income, increase the volume of whatever you're doing, you got it there. And this new moon, it trines Saturn, so it will bring stability and longevity. So that's true for everyone. These new moon wishes, they give you the leverage of stability and long-term planning. And in the USA chart, this shows up in the 7th and 8th house. So it's how we deal with life and death, our security, taboo issues. It also deals with the care of people, how we care for people and one another. Leo, you're in the driver's seat. You've got opportunities. They abound your center stage. In the USA chart, this is in the 8th house of debts. And that's actually where this new moon takes place. No, it's in the 9th house. But debts. So, what really wanting to uncover debts of a leader. Uncover what we're owed. Leo, you can take your leadership at the rightful place of the helm and boost this for global resources and success. Virgo, what do I have this? Prepare for the eclipses. We want our nation prepared for these eclipses. The Mercury is going to be retrograde in the 12th house for you. So this is before birthday month. You're uncovering things, hidden things that need to be filtered out and purified before you come into birthday month and eclipse month. And for our nation, this is in the 9th house of long distance travel. The law, but it also very much concentrates on immigration, migration, passports, visas. So that's in the USA chart, imports and exports. So we need you to help us get prepared for these eclipses and be creative. You might have to have some alone time to look at these things, but everything's going to rush forth in the forefront. Okay, how are you guys doing? Oh yes, please hit the thumbs up. Lurking, cartomancy is lurking. I'm afraid a new birth for the country. Exactly. Virgo Sun, Scorpio rising. Okay, yes, Zane, I second that on Saturn trines. When I experience those transits relative to my natal chart, it's empowering energy, disciplined, focused, and centered. It's great for building healthy habits. Exactly. So in these areas, you have so much power to make these things long-lasting, make them right, and have a lot of stability. Saturn will retrograde a little bit, like in September. It will come back to Aries. So things might, oh gosh, it's going to retrograde in time for the eclipses. You guys, pre-pave Virgo season for yourselves that you want things to go smoothly without a hitch. Oh my goodness. And that you can go with the flow, with the changes that are ahead of you. Where are we? Libra. So, why am I concentrating? Libra. This does not sound, this is Libra USA. So Libra USA is at the top of the chart in the USA chart. It's the accolades and honors. It's where our scales of justice Saturn resides. We need to break through these barriers that are hindering for the people. I don't know if you guys know this, but Putin's sun is conjunct USA Libra. No wonder he has such a grip on our laws and rules and the outcomes with things that happen. Makes me crazy. So Libra, this Leo new moon has to do with your, wait. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. Your 11th house of friends, hopes, wishes, dreams. These are our allies. And then you have Uranus over here in the 9th house, which also emphasizes trade, imports, exports. It also, you get the ability to look at the scales of justice and how it affects immigration and citizenship. Okay? Scorpio. Leo's in your 10th house. New chapter in your career and life. Lasting security. In the USA chart, it's on the 11th and 12th, so we're looking at our alliances. We might have to revisit those with this Mercury retrograde. And likewise, maybe pulled in different directions in home and responsibilities. Pulled in two directions on where we're going, what we're doing, what we're trying to achieve, and then what's going on at home. We need balance for that, okay? So Scorpio, you get to balance this out and see what's ahead for us. Oh, wait, my mouth is so dry. So, you know what? I kept writing about this. So Sagittarius, the United States is a rising Sag. So this new moon Leo is, here we go back to the 9th house for Sagittarius. It's all those things with imports, exports, immigrations, passports. You're the archer. You're the optimist. This is the thing that fuels the United States as her rising sign. So in the USA chart, Sagittarius is straddling our hidden laws, hidden enemies, and then the first house with your vitality and optimism and goals. So as a Sag, where you could think of those themes for USA. Capricorn, in the USA chart, Capricorn, this new moon is happening in your 8th house. Real estate might be on your mind, investing in new furniture, renovating. and needing money to fund an idea, this is a good time to wish and get focused on that. Oh, watch your property and potential for flooding, because you've got Cancer down in the 4th house where it's anchored. So make sure you cover your bases there. This Leo new moon is happening, Capricorn, is partially in the 1st house and 2nd house, but you have to do with reestablishing our identity, our vitality, and the authority to do so, the longevity of that, the structure of that. Aquarius, this new moon is happening in your 7th house of partners and marriage. You want to be praising those who are important to you in love or business. This is a contractual house, so you want to be looking at your contracts closely, especially during this Mercury retrograde. Please wait until that's over to sign anything. But you want to look ahead for the next year, because Jupiter is going to be in your 7th house of your partners, whether it's business or marriage. So this house, this new moon Leo, is actually pre-paving for the next year. In the USA chart, this is the 2nd house. The USA's moon is in Aquarius, so this has to do with the value that we have of we as citizens, we the people, and it has to do with the humanitarian part of how we are going to feed and serve and sustain our hopes, wishes, dreams, and the substance of our nation for humanity as a whole. Now, Pisces, where is this happening? This is happening, Pisces. I did not write it down. Oh, 3rd house. You have Saturn coming back in your sign for just a moment, but all that hard work will pay off. So you're going to be wanting to focus on, yes, the structure and the resources and the focus and responsibility of managing all your new ideas, all your new things, your income coming up. It is eclipse season, so you might be seeing things happening in this 3rd house, which it also has to do with siblings, and it has to do with your neighborhood. So, in the USA chart, it was all 3rd house for the USA chart. Neighborhood, siblings, local communities. So, actually Pisces. Why am I getting lost here? The USA chart. Where are you, Pisces? You are down in the 3rd house. Okay, anyway, that is it. I hope that gives you some idea on how your sign contributes to this new moon Leo. Leo has to do with leadership, hello, and the office of the President of the United States. How are you guys doing? I know that alignment is going to clobber him. I know. It is really, really hard. So this is the new moon chart over Washington, D.C. The thing that absolutely, is standing out to everybody. We have the sun and moon, the leader of the people, 9th house, lands overseas, the law, immigration. Opposite Pluto in the 3rd house. Pisces, we need a lot of healing here. So Pluto is transformation. It's empowerment. It's destruction. And when I look at this, I just feel like, yeah, he has law enforcement raiding people in their neighborhoods and communities. Pisces, we are going to need some protection there. You are such a healing sign. You could easily put that out there for people in their neighborhoods and feeling safe and protected. We have Mercury retrograde, reevaluating a lot of these things. That is the first thing that came out to me. The chart ruler is Mars and Virgo. So we're going to see a lot of action day to day with our government, with our public servants, and whatever is going on is going to get eclipsed with them, and it's going to be in the skies for everyone to see. This Pluto Aquarius is so hard for Don Julio because here it's never going back to Capricorn. This is where it was intercepted for him, and he just had free reign on everything. His power, it's gotten smaller. I don't know, last time he just felt so big and everywhere, but now it's gotten so small. It's gotten so small. When he was inaugurated, the Sun and Pluto were here. There was him and Felonia destroying everything. Now the Sun and Moon are opposite that, so it's kind of on the other side. I wonder what's going to happen with Felonia because he's just kind of disappeared, even though he's ruined everything. And then the eclipses. Oh, right now the moon, I think, was 17 degrees Leo. That's where we're going to have our full moon next month. 17. The sun will be 17 Leo. The moon will be 17 Aquarius. So, wow. Okay, so I feel like all the transits were put in a basket and then flipped up in the air to see where they land. Exactly. I'm afraid not. Saturn's retrograde from July 13th to November 28th prompts reflections on goals and responsibilities. Neptune's retrograde July 4th to December 10th encourages introspection on dreams and aspirations. Absolutely. Yes, people are fighting back. They're absolutely fighting back. So do you want to write any new moon wishes? Is there anything you would like to focus on as a group to do this? Oh my goodness, we've been going for almost an hour. Yes, that is exactly what I was looking forward to with the Saturn and Neptune in Aries. It was like it's like the wool was being pulled up and people could see. They weren't being gaslight, but the gaslighting wasn't working as well as it used to. Okay. So it gave people vision, stability, the courage to stand in their space and do what they need to do. With Neptune there, it does feed the warrior. What is that word I'm looking for? My brain is just going south right now. Vigilantes. It does kind of encourage vigilantes, but on all sides there are people who are willing to go the distance. And those ice people are just getting really irritated with everyone and making their job harder. So I love that. Yes, he's a Pluto and Capricorn president. Each time Pluto ingressed into Aquarius, he was indicted or convicted. That is so true. And Pluto is now in his 6th house of bad luck and bad health. Okay. I'm afraid not says, I want our nation to return to compassion with a full heart and strong sense of justice. Yeah, this Mercury retrograde, I want our nation to severely reflect upon what they know about 47 and be honest with selves, compassionate with the self, to see what he's really about and how it affects them personally. So I want our nation to return to compassion with a full heart and a strong sense of justice. With Mercury retrograde, I want our nation to severely reflect upon what they know about 47, what's being revealed, and to be so honest with themselves, to be so compassionate with the self, to see what he's really about and how it really is affecting them, and to speak up and be courageous. That Saturn-Neptune is really giving us long-standing courage and bravery. Ooh, I want Maxwell to stay in prison where she belongs and Trump unable to pardon her and for the victims to get justice. I totally agree with you, Carolyn, but you can see where this is headed. However, we can still intend that. How about we do this? Libras out there, I want, why am I using this word severe? Severe justice for all of ME. No. Why am I saying ME? It's GM. And DT victims for everything they conspired against them since the 90s. I want to see more evidence come out. Books, documents, like that birthday book, documents, etc. For all to see and loudly protest and when am I stopping? And stop with the illegal pardons or agreements. They're all such psychopaths. So I want to see more evidence come out, books, documents, etc., for all to see and for all to loudly protest and stop with the agreements and the illegal pardoning. And so that we want to know how much Don Julio was bribed with all this. Oh, yes. It's such a shame that happened. Okay. With the protect your heart. Protect your heart. USAID might just be renamed, but I want USA. I just feel like it's going to get a new name to easily restart and move fluidly and support all those who need it. I love the compassion, the big-hearted Americans and leaders who warm the world with success and sustenance. Okay. I want USAID, or whatever it's going to be renamed, to easily be restored, restart, and move fluidly and quickly to support all those who are in need. I love the compassion, our big-heartedness as Americans, and those Americans and leaders who warm the world with their success through sustenance. Oh yes. I want a bigger, better, louder, clear VOA everywhere, and impervious to propaganda and psyops. I want a bigger, better, louder, clearer VOA. Oh, yes. I saw that he released billions of dollars for education, but let's go here. I want a fully funded Department of Education. Who else? What else? Fully funded PBS and libraries. Where was I going with this? Oh my gosh, my brain is everywhere. I think this Mercury squaring my sun. I want fully funded Department of Education, fully funded PBS and libraries. I want our higher institutions to thrive and be free of nefarious, bad Leo people. Okay. It's just so ridiculous, everything that he's doing. Ooh. Yes, we want Moms for Liberty to be defeated, all that stuff. I want a strong and serious vaccination plan. Easily rolled out and to stop diseases in their tracks. What was the other one? I want illegitimate groups. They fall under a law with nonprofits. I want illegitimate nonprofit groups harming the soul and heart of our nation to end for good. Okay. Very good. Okay, you guys, it is 7:04. We've been going for about 65 minutes. Thank you so much for coming out. I know it was last minute, but we have a good stream going here, most notably for your heart and your heart health. There's a lot of things that we want and the vision that we have for our nation. Keep it heart-centered. Don't let the shock of some of these things get you down. You need to withdraw and come back later to it, okay? Oh, bye, Electra. Thanks for coming. I'm glad that you're here. But yeah, we just finished it up. The heart-centered stuff is really important, okay? So you guys have a good day. Have a good weekend. I hope the weather is nice to you. Stay hydrated, okay? Thank you. We are seeing, feeling, and holding these intentions in our hearts. Yes. Yes. Hold it in your heart. You see that sun, you think of your heart. Okay? Thank you, DCP. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Antoinette's granddaughter. We'll see you later.